why I have
Here we go.
First of all, I'd just like to ask one question. Is anybody here Gemini? You're the only one that will understand this.
Do you want to explain it to us?
When I put that up there, I thought, now what the heck is that supposed to be all about? Because I don't follow my own little thoughts. I just let thoughts go where they're going. So I said, okay, what do you want me to do with this? Oh, okay, energy, oil rigs. Alicia's talking about chakras, and I'm talking about oil rigs, and windmills, and hydropower, and electric transmission. That's because everything is energy. But it seems we put most of our attention on the energy that's out there. We have oil rigs that will dig and dig. They'll dig past, ledges, rocks, through anything to get to the gift, to get to the prize, to get to the riches. They will dig and dig and dig because we need oil. We have windmills. We're trying to go greener, but if the wind stops blowing, we're in trouble, aren't we? We have industrial pipelines. We have hydropower, electric dams. We have these transmitting towers. I meant to share the telephone.
God calling again.
Excuse me. So anyway, we're taken care of out here, but all these are vulnerable, aren't they? They're vulnerable to terrorists, they're vulnerable to leakage, they're vulnerable to no winds, they're vulnerable when they get struck by lightning or a car hits a power and we lose it.
My power just went off before I left.
Don't you feel lost when your power goes on?
Yeah, I didn't know if I should leave or not.
I know. See, it's a good thing you came to the light.
I know, it's a sign. What about power now? My power went off and I can't figure it.
I know when I've been sitting at my computer and the power goes out, I am not happy. Or if you're into a movie and the power goes out, it's disturbing. Plus it's dark. You've got candles and you've got batteries. They may last a while, but that's temporary. The problem with all of this, or the difference, which is a wonderful thing, we're digging into the well of who we are, which is our essence or our spirit. The difference that I love about this is the fact that these are all vulnerable to nature, to tragedy, to trauma, to all sorts of problems from the outside, and they can't fix themselves. They can't fix themselves. We are so fortunate because we are an energy system that can fix itself. We need guidance, we need the togetherness, the grouping, we need the sharing, we need all of that. But we're the only ones who can restore our own power. It's up to us to restore our own power. And I wrote down here, power up, and that's what we're doing. We're all trying to power up. And what Alicia's going to have to say about chakras is going to help us immensely. Because it's a big part of powering up. It's like a rocket going up. And right now, we have a spiritual crisis going on. And this is why everything is kind of a mess. Japan, Pakistan just had an earthquake. We have the wars going on all over the place. We have angry people, upset people, anxious people, because we're spiritually deficient. When we change and grow as individuals and come to a place where we live from spirit, we will change the energy. And that energy will in turn change the course of history. But only we can do it, from the inside out, one person at a time. So that's what that mess is all about. Raising our spiritual consciousness. Spiritual energy is as real as any other, but more real. More real. What we see isn't always what is, and doesn't always make us who we are. We make ourselves who we are from the inside out. And by being an example, that's how we change our world. So this is wonderful. We needed to read, write, watch TV, use computers, but it's not going to help us inside. It may in fact, it distracts us from where we want to go. It distracts us. So we have to renew ourselves. And just like with any of these, blocks occur. And if a blockage occurs, everything stops. And Alicia will talk about this, because when we take things in, you're out having a dinner, and you're having a conversation, and someone is really negative that night. I mean, they can't say a nice thing about anything or anyone. They're having a terrible time. Life is just plain no good. And you leave there and you go home, and I don't know, I've been in that situation. I feel drained.
Mm-hmm.
I feel drained.
I live with him.
You need to shield yourself. Oh no.
I go out to Disney or whatever.
We don't want him.
We come from place of love.
If you
No.
came here, if you came here to pawn him off, we're not buying him.
No soul suckers ever.
That's right.
So our energy is drained so easily, especially if we ourselves are blocked. When we get blocked, if we take in a conversation, or you're driving the car and you hear a song that takes you back 20 years ago, and maybe it wasn't a really good experience that you had, and now you're living in that experience because you never really unblocked and let it go. So when we learn to take things in and let them pass through, then we remain open. And that's what Alicia's going to speak to.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Okay, Alicia, I'm going to let you take over.
Great, thank you.